Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all doing really well. Today on 5-Minute Tones, we're going to take a look at the PVH 6160 block amp model. I want to have a crack at dialing in a tight modern metal tone. This amp model is based around Eddie Van Halen's signature PV 5150 amplifier, the first incarnation of it. If you want to learn a little bit more about the history of the 5150 amp, Lucas Lecomte has a great video about this over on his YouTube channel. I would recommend checking it out. All right, so I've got the 6160 block model. The cab that I'm actually using two factory cabs from York Audio based around a Messer cab. One of these IRs is mic'd with an SM57, the other with a Royer 121. In the preamp section of the cab block, I've set the low cut and the high cut at 80 Hertz and 8,000 Hertz. So I always think about the cab block, if we were eating a steak, the cab block here is such a big factor in the tone. It's like, how do you like your steak cooked? Do you like it rare? Do you like it medium? Do you like it well done? That's kind of the cab. You kind of fix that setting there. And then the amp and everything going into it is like the seasoning. Do you like salt? Do you like salt and pepper? Do you like something more exotic? So now that we have fixed the way we want this done in the cab block, let's season everything. And essentially the recipe for this type of tone, I always think of like Killswitch Engage's End of Heartache album, that type of sound going on. Obviously Adam D worked with a lot of other bands in that kind of genre, and his kind of signature style went a long way to shaping what we think of as modern metal. Another guy, Andy Sneap as well, I know was fond of the 5150. So let's do this. The first thing we want to hear is the amp block at stock settings. So it's a bit fizzy, it's a bit honky, it's not quite there just yet. The first thing I do is bring the master volume down, basically to tighten up the power amp. So we're pushing the power amp a little less. It's not going to distort or break up or fall apart. This is what it sounds like. Okay, so that's pretty subtle, but it already feels different to play. It feels a lot tighter. What I would do is maybe bring the input drive down. I would boost some bass. I'll pull some mid-range out, and I would boost the treble a bit. The presence control is going to be really important because this is like the fizz control on these amps. I'll leave it where it is. This is what we've got so far. All right, it's getting there, but the kind of overall feel still isn't quite right. So what we will do is we will season this even more by using an input boost in the amp block. We don't have to use a separate drive boost. We can set the boost type to be a T808 based around a tube screamer. If I just turn that on and bring the boost level up, now we're cooking. Yeah, that is way, way, way closer. You can just hear that with those palm mutes, everything's so much more tighter and well-defined. Again, set the boost level to taste here. Another great boost type that I actually prefer over the Tube Screamer is the grinder boost. This sounds crazy. And then you can go through and use the presence control to tame the fizz. With the grinder boost, I would probably run the bass even higher than that, maybe back the treble off a little bit. This is just kind of the final, like, taste it, see if it needs some more seasoning. I'd probably bring the presence control down as well. And this just feels incredible to play. It just makes you want to sit there and chunk to your heart's content. So that is how I would go about dealing with the PVH 6160 block model in the Axe FX3. Like I said, you don't have to copy these settings exactly, just kind of use this as a guide and go and play some metal riffs. It's so much fun.